This is Pod Populi, podcast for the people.
Hey there, and welcome to the Cinnamon Effect podcast. I'm your host, Kimberly Hand, and I'm thrilled to have you with me on this vibrant journey of discovery and growth. This podcast is your go-to space for embracing intention, where you'll find clarity on your unique path, deepen those meaningful connections, and unleash your creativity like never before. We'll explore how to build unshakable confidence and celebrate the beauty of gratitude, all while savoring the calm that consistency brings to our lives. Thank you for being with me. Let's sprinkle a little cinnamon into your day and make life sweeter, healthier, and more fulfilling. Welcome back. I am Kimberly Hand, and I am here with Heather Lowenthal. Heather is the Posh Party gal on Instagram. She is Posh Parties. She is one of the top wedding planners in the country, the world. Can we say the world?
I don't know about the world.
Okay. But you are the top. In my eyes, you're the top.
Thank you.
And Heather is coming back for round 2 on this podcast. You were here very early on. You said December of 2023.
Is that what? Yes.
Yeah, it was 2023, I think.
That is when it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know what episode that was. Maybe 20. I'll have to look back at that. But
but I've always been a fan of yours, and I'm so proud of this podcast and what you're doing in the community. So thank you for having me back.
Oh, thank you for coming back. And I'm a huge fan of yours. So we talked in the last episode a lot about event planning. Mm-hmm. I feel like we got your tips and tricks and things like that, even for planning parties at home. Mm-hmm. This one, I feel like we're going to dive more into Heather Lowenthal as the businesswoman, but also kind of what makes you stay positive in light of the stressful career that you're in, right? Because I planned an event at my son's school. And let me just say, planning an event is no easy task.
It's not for the faint of heart.
It's not. It's not. How do you stay calm under the pressure?
I have just always been one of those people that works very well under pressure. Like, I actually thrive under pressure. Okay. So I just always try to see the positive outlook in everything. And I'm just one of those go-getter people. Like, I will hustle and do what it takes to make things happen. I've just always had that inside me. Yeah. I kind of think it's an innate trait. So, I just start my day on a positive note and just try to get through my tasks. And, I just think I'm a good listener, and I think a lot of my job is being a therapist as well to my clients and, employees and things like that, and just being able to, make people feel calm. Yeah. So I think that if I'm chaotic, then everyone else around me will be. So I try to stay very grounded so that, everybody around me will feel my energy and be calm as well.
Yeah. And I think that is so true. Like I just talked about python hunting, and the guy that was my guide was so calm. If he was so super amped up and chaotic, I would have been unhinged. You know?
Yes.
But the fact that he was calm, I stayed calm.
Yeah.
I love because you were talking about hustling. I love because I still always remember it from the very first episode was hustle and heart will set you apart. Mm-hmm. And you said that you live by that.
Yes.
That rule. And I totally agree with you. I kind of think that I'm like a hustler in my own way too. And that I've always just felt like working hard is where it's at. Mm-hmm. It's not the quick fix. It's not this overnight sensation or something. It's hard work and consistency and sticking with it.
Yeah, I think a lot of passion. I put passion into everything I do. I just can never do anything, in between. I give everything my all, no matter what I do in my life. But I just feel like a lot of times people don't realize, they want to take the quick fix and they want to take the easy way out or the shortcuts to get to where they need to be. And, it may work. They may get there, but it's just, I don't know the longevity of that. Whereas I feel like sometimes if you take the time to take the extra 5 steps or the extra effort to put into something and maybe take the windy road, it just gives you a more fulfilling end result.
Yeah, for sure. it's more like about the journey, really.
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of cases, even building a business is more about the journey.
Yeah.
And I want to know from you, because you were like nationally ranked by a couple of major publications, right? And you felt like you kind of like made it, right? Like you get that recognition, and you're like, I'm there, like I'm at the top, right? What does that feel like? How do you still have the drive to like continue when you like, and not just like rest on your laurels? Like, how do you have that?
Again, like I go even way back when I was in ad sales out of college. And one of those people, I'm not like driven by money and that. I'm more driven by like praise, I guess. You know, if I like did something well, I wanted my manager to be like, you're the best, you know, you did such a good job. Or like, you know, I play tennis now for fun. So it's like, if I get a good shot in a practice, like I want my coach to be like, amazing shot. Like that would make me so happy. So I just feel like even though, or like every single wedding, what really like makes me, you know, continue to do this is, again, like you could have the bumpiest road to get to the final product and just seeing everything come together that day, or you could have the most smooth road or whatever it is. But every wedding that we do the day after, I mean, like clockwork, we get a text. I get a text from the bride or the mom or both just saying like, this was the best day of my life and I could not have done it without you. And everything was seamless and perfect and great. And it's like, that's what drives me. Like, that's what makes me do what I do. Even if I like, you know, crying in my closet because I'm just so stressed out about everything. Like, I still like that makes me smile. That is why I do what I do. Or even when like, you know, with kids and you have a son, it's like they don't always show those kind of things when you're a mom, but like, and you feel like every day you're just trying your best to, you know, be the best mom you can be. But then when there's a special occasion or like they write me a card and like with the words that they say about everything you don't realize that they're thinking or saying along the way, it just, you know, makes you feel happy. It makes me feel like successful.
Yeah. Your words of affirmation is your love language, I'm guessing.
100%.
I think I'm a mixture of like a couple because I love gifts. I love words of affirmation, and I love acts of service.
Yes.
I love when someone does something for me.
Well, that's funny you say that because I'm like, I love doing things for other people.
Yeah.
More. Like my husband will always say, like, you always put other people before yourself.
Yeah.
And I just always have, and I don't know why, but it just makes me happy to make other people happy.
Yeah, and you're serving so many.
Yes.
What do you feel like you know about? I feel like you could have a psychology degree probably too, because you dealing with the personalities and the bride and the mother of the bride, you know, what have you like learned about people, do you think, from being on this very important day of their lives? Is there anything that sticks out?
I think the best and worst of people come out when they're planning events. And it's really like easy to sweat the small stuff, you know, and it's just like trying to give them reminders that like, you know, this wedding that we're planning, some people make it like it's the end all be all of life. Like, if, you know, everything has to be a certain way and like literally down to the littlest detail has to be so perfect. And they're so micro focused on all these things and not realizing, like, I'll tell people like, just keep this in perspective. Like, this is not the end. This is like the party that's kicking off the rest of your lives together. Like, so you gotta, sometimes I try to make them take a step back and realize like it's like all part of the journey. And I tell them, you know, enjoy every moment, the goods and the bads of the planning process, because you might plan your wedding for a year or 6 months or 8 months or however long. And the weekend goes by in 2 seconds, and then you're on your honeymoon and it goes by in 2 seconds. And then, you know, it's your life together. So it's like, you need to enjoy like the whole process and the journey and just realize this is all like kind of kicking off your lives together and not be so stressed about things that aren't as important in life. But it is hard, but people's personalities are all over the place. And I mean, it is. And then sometimes you'll think you have like the most perfect, like easiest client in the world. And all of a sudden, like something triggers them and they snap, you know, or like somebody who's like so super crazy about everything in the world. And then like you're just so worried that they're not going to have fun that weekend because they've just been so crazed about every little thing you could possibly imagine. And then like they like release and have the best weekend ever, you know? So it's like, I've seen it all which ways.
Yeah.
So you just have to go with the flow.
Oh my gosh. Go with the flow.
Exactly.
I love that. I do see like you just give off this like very calm under pressure vibe. And so I love that.
Thank you. I remember back when I first started, like a very kind of famous-ish, I guess, at the time, photographer I was working with. And she said, I don't understand how you can be so calm, like making it like other wedding planners are crazy messes, you know. And I said, well, if I'm not calm, you know, it's the same thing I just said before. It's like somebody has to be calm, and it needs to be me because I'm the glue that holds this whole entire day together, you know. But it was just like almost like, again, like another act of praise that like, oh gosh, I can't believe she's saying that you know, that was such like a nice thing to say about being calm. So I just always try, no matter what, to stay even.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm human. Like I have my ups and downs, and I can be wild and crazy, and I can be like sad and, you know, whatever. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I just try to like keep everything in perspective.
Yeah, that's why you're so good at what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
I love that. You are in a new phase of life. Can I say that, with your one daughter going off to college?
Yes.
How has that been? I feel like I already have anxiety about that whole process of like.
I know. Well, I will say, hopefully I won't cry when I'm talking about it. No, I know. I was like, if someone brought it up, I was in tears, but now I'm good. No, but it's honestly weird because I think when you're raising your kids, you don't like realize time at all. Like you're just, like I just even remember when they switched from just being like little kids that you have to watch and do everything to like teenagers that could like be more self-sufficient or do more things on their own. It's like you just go through your life every day and those things happen. Mm-hmm. But this is like a very eye-opening experience. Yeah. So I'm like, wait, I was just in college. How can you be in college? Yeah. You know, and it's just like, it was actually a cool process because I realized like, wow, I can't believe how mature she is. And you know, she came to her own decision on where she wanted to go to college, and she was super smart and got into all of the colleges, you know, and just
wow.
It was so you're proud of your daughter and your child, and you're like, okay, this is awesome for her. But then you're like, wait, this is going to be so weird. Like little things, you know, aren't going to be here anymore. But luckily, she's going to University of Florida, which is not far, and I heard they come home a lot, so we'll be good, or we can go there. Yeah. And like with Madison, who you know, yes. You know, she deserves some time alone as well in the house. So it's like I think going to be really great, like a great another like growing stepping stone in our house where like, you know, Madison will get some extra attention and you know, Jacqueline will be thriving and trying to, you know, figure out life on her own, of course, with us, but you always, you know, catch her. But it's just cool. I mean, I go through like a whole roller coaster of emotions. Like some days I think about it and I'm like so sad. And then some days I'm like happy, like, okay, this could be cool.
Yeah.
And then some days I'm like, I need to have another child because I want to have a baby now.
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, how can I be by myself? Not by myself, of course, with Brian. But I'm just saying like, you know, it's just you think of all these things through in your head. You're like, wait. You're not going to have any kids at home anymore. And then you start thinking, and I already have a dog. Like, I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? I know, but everyone says, like, you know, you figure it out, or you just, like, you'll be happy, or you'll get used to it.
Yeah, so, because Madison's not that far behind.
No, she's only 2 years behind.
Yeah, so I feel like that'll be here before you know it. And you'll,
I know.
The empty nester phase.
I know.
I'm so intrigued by that phase of life, you know?
You are?
I'm, like, intrigued because... Yes, it feels, I don't know, I guess I was with my husband alone for a long time before we had a child because we waited. So I guess it would just be like going back to that. But we already told my son, like, we're going wherever he goes.
I know. Well, I tried for years. I used to say to Jacqueline, like, I'm your roommate. Oh, guess who your roommate is? It's me. You know, and she at first would go along with it. And then finally was like, all right, enough already. Like, you're not my, like, let's get over it. You're not my roommate. So now, and then Madison's, what about me? Oh, can I be your roommate? Because I'm going to need, but I think that, no, I know. And I've talked extensively to my husband about it just because I've gone ups and downs with so many emotions. And again, like, I don't know, just being a woman, like you're way more emotional He's going to have a super hard time too, because Jacqueline, they're like this, and I always say like she's his son, because she's like sporty and they watch all the games together and they throw the football around, and like, it'll be different even for him.
Yeah.
So, but he's always like, oh my God, we're going to have the best life. We're going to get to travel, do whatever we want, and we'll still do stuff with our kids and go on vacations and take them and their husbands and or boyfriends and families. Like, it's going to be amazing. You don't even understand what we have ahead of us, So it's hard to see, but I'm sure, like, again, if you just keep staying positive, going through your life and realize, like everything works out how it's supposed to, then just see how it works out.
Yeah. And again, like enjoying the whole journey of every day and like not thinking so far ahead. I think that's good. You're kind of, in the moment with it and enjoying. To get to enjoy, I don't. My son doesn't have a sibling, but like to get to enjoy the one daughter while the other one is away, and like soak up those last 2 years of just her. That's cool.
I know, and I think it'll be different because, like I said, you don't really realize, oh, they're going to college, they're going to be away. Like, so you're just doing your life. But now that you realize, they are going to be away, it's like you're going to probably pay way more attention. Not that I didn't pay attention, but I'll probably be way more tuned in to like, all right, let's do lots of things together, or let's do this, or you know what I mean? Or just realizing little things like you could kind of blow off your chest and not have to be so worried. I don't know. It's just, I think it's like gives you a different perspective. But I guess that happens when you have like, the first child and the second child. You like the first, you don't know what the heck you're doing. And then you apply things that you might have made a mistake or whatever to the second one, or things that were good or bad. It'll be fun. I mean, I'm definitely like still in shock a little too. It's kind of weird.
I bet it is weird. My husband and I talk about, I feel like we're both going to be like in a depression when my son leaves. Like he just brings so much life to our house. So I'm trying not to get that far ahead of myself. I still have 9 years.
You have a very long time.
Yeah. But they say, have you ever heard that? I heard it on Instagram where you have 18 summers with your kids. And like you look at it like that, like 18 summers. And then they turn 18 and they go off. And this morning my husband said, we have 9 summers left. And I was like, and that could make me cry every single time I hear that, because I'm like, no, like, and when you put it in those terms, it's a blip. It's like a blip on the screen.
No,
so you just think like you've got to, I'm like, well, we've got to make every summer like amazing. And what are we doing? What are we going to go do? And travel and,
Do you have any summer plans?
Not really. Like we kind of have taken it a little easier this summer. We did one trip and, I don't know. We did a big travel summer last summer. We were like gone almost the whole summer. And so this summer felt like, well, maybe we just need some like time to kind of chill.
Yeah.
We're spontaneous though. So we will probably add in a couple things, but
even more fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Even more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you with like the event planning kind of season? Do you, is summertime like slower for you or you?
Yes.
Okay.
We have, I actually have one more wedding next weekend, and then, which is the end of June, and then we really don't pick up again until the fall. So, and that's seasonal in this area. I mean, people do get married in the summer here. It's just rare. And I purposely like to take, July for sure off in August, just because everyone needs a reset. It's a stressful job and like, you're always go. So it's like nice to have a slower pace. I think everyone needs that for their own, minds and bodies and everything.
Yeah.
But I just think also with the heat and the hurricane season and all the things, like it's just very seasonal here, where people always would say to me like, oh my gosh, aren't you going to be so busy? Because they're thinking of, up north where the busy wedding season is the summertime.
Oh, true.
And I'm like, no, in Florida, it's really like October to May is our season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's kind of nice.
Yeah. It would be way too hot.
Very hot. We're all indoors next week, so don't have to worry about the weather or the heat.
Oh, that's nice.
I know.
That must be like a relief for you.
Yes. Out of our control about the weather, but I mean, it does add some extra nerve-wracking, thought.
Yeah. Is there anything you do like on a wedding day that you're going to be stressed out you're going to feel that like cortisol rising. Like, is there anything that you do in particular to kind of just keep yourself calm? You were saying you try to be the calm person.
It's funny because I'm calm, but I like live off of caffeine. No, but I have to exercise every day. That's like a huge part of my life. So even on a wedding day, like I have to go to the gym or go hit tennis balls or do something in the morning before I go to like just set my day. And I don't know, and then I also think preparation in advance. Like we're on autopilot when it comes to the wedding weekends. Like by the time we get to the week of the wedding, like everything's done and planned and triple checked and I's dotted and T's crossed. So like I can stay calm so that if there is something, I mean, I'm not saying everything's smooth sailing, but if there is a fire to put out or if something gets thrown your way, like out of the blue that you didn't expect, like you can react to that and not like be a crazy mess and like then everything just falls out of place. So like I think that having going back to like putting in those extra steps and getting all the work done and like doing your diligence ahead of time makes you be able to like have the calmness throughout the event that you can be prepared for anything that comes your way.
I think it's funny that you said you exercise the morning of, because in my mind, I would think you're going to be on your feet like all day.
I get over 20,000 steps on wedding days.
Oh my gosh.
I don't get tired really. That's another thing about me. I don't sleep and I'm just always like, let's go. I'm ready.
That's so funny.
It's just how I am. Always have been.
No, that's great. I mean, and what kind of shoe are you wearing for all day on your feet?
I wear like a sandal with like a lower heel, like a chunkier, not high heel, but a little bit of a heel, but not too flat, not too high. But I also have, they're worn in like crazy. Like I wear the same exact pair, every day. Yeah, just because they're so comfortable.
Yeah.
And I can go, and I'm not going to lie, my feet hurt, and you can see things on Instagram with wedding planners like, oh my God, my feet are so sore the next day. But I don't know. I don't even think about that.
You're just so,
no. I mean,
adrenaline is going a bit.
Yeah, of course. I'm dressed nice and I just have a shoe that's like nice enough to be at a black tie wedding, but yet comfortable enough to like be running around like crazy. Because a lot of times we're like running around big properties or, like hard floor, concrete floors and stuff like that. So it is a lot.
Yeah. And these are super high end weddings. So I would imagine you can't really wear a sneaker. You've got to wear still.
You can't do the cute, like the dress with cute sneaker thing. Yeah. I mean, I think some people do. It's just not really my style. Like, I don't think I would want to be that
You're
person.
Posh.
I'm posh.
Yeah.
You have to be posh at all times.
You got to be posh at all times. I love that.
You want to come work for me? Make sure you're posh at all times. Item number one.
I bet your team loves that. No.
I know.
Did you ever have to like have that conversation with?
No, but I think that I just set like there's a uniform that everybody wears. So like on the wedding day, that's why we don't look like a mess at the weddings. Like everybody's wearing the same exact dress that I got them. And then people can notice when, at the those are the wedding planners all in those certain dresses. And I just think it looks very sharp and it looks very polished and, high end and luxury. Yeah. When we're all like dressed, nicely and everybody looks uniform.
Yeah. I love that. So you bought them dresses to wear.
Yeah.
That's pretty special.
Anthropology.
Oh, very cool. So like comfortable, but
and with pockets,
nice.
Of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then must be
pockets.
The pocket.
Yeah.
Let's talk some like high end luxury things.
Ooh, what do you want to talk about?
Because I feel like you've got great fashion sense. Like I love your style. And like what is... I don't know. What are you seeing? Like, what's the most luxurious thing that you personally like? And then what's like maybe the most luxurious thing that you see at weddings? Or that you think is, like that upper echelon?
I've always loved fashion and shopping. And when I was little, my stepmom would take me shopping and I would say, we can't leave until we fill our shopping bags, But I've just always loved magazines and looking at fashion. And I just think that it's part of who I've always been my whole life and just being interested in that kind of stuff. I feel like I've never really got into the luxury, shoes and bags. And my husband actually is the one who treats me to those things, and he's so generous and is into it too, for me. So it's a nice,
really,
it's
more
really
like
cool.
him.
I know.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Because I'm looking at your shoes and I saw your handbag when you walked in.
I know, and they match. I didn't even try to do
and
that.
That's hubby.
But
that's hubby.
Well, this I think I might have gotten myself. But yeah, he's super always generous with that. And I just think that if you're going to make investments, it's good to make it in your bags and your shoes, because they are for example, the nice Chanel bags or nice designer bags are timeless. I think I also have 2 daughters, so I always keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And they're also starting to go in my closet, so I find things missing all the time.
Oh my gosh.
But and shoes, I think that clothes, because different styles, different trends, if you want to be trendier or not, you can do that and not even have to spend a lot on your clothes. But I think that if you have the nice bag and shoes to go along with it, then it just makes you feel completed.
Yeah, I like that too. That's kind of my strategy as well.
Yeah.
And jewelry, bags,
accessories.
Shoes. Yeah, accessories.
Yeah. And I love jewelry and all that too. My thing with weddings though, and it's so funny because I think about it all the time, when I got married forever ago, I think my shoes were from DSW Shoe Warehouse or something. I'm not even kidding. They were white little straps with little crystals. They were cute little sandal, whatever. And I thought I loved my shoes. Yeah. And there's a picture of us from our wedding where we're just kind of pretending to sleep and you see my shoe. And we used to have it right when you walked into our house. And here I am where I'm doing these luxury weddings, and you walk into the closets, and there's designer these are young girls, and there's designer bags, designer shoes, all these things. And sometimes you would see weddings where you're just okay, there's lots of weddings, I do almost all of them, where they all love each other and it's, so wonderful and great. And then there's some where they focus so much on the wedding that they're not focusing on their whole life. And you're just oh, I didn't even care what shoes I had. And you know what I mean? Everything's good. So it's just the things like that. But again, I am in a luxury market. So of course that's a common thing to see. But I think a lot of brides are spending on the fashion is huge, between changing, dresses, 2 dresses at least in a wedding, sometimes 3 dresses, the accessories, the definitely the shoes. And the shoes are in pictures even now, when you're getting, with your invitation and your shoes. And so all you have to have a designer shoe for your pictures, but, and then actually I have a friend in New York, Lauren, she runs a company called Verstolo, where you can rent diamonds for your wedding or event or anything. Even it can be for any event, but it's really cool for brides who want to accessorize with even a diamond tent. She actually made this necklace for me because I wanted something cool, and she designed it. We designed it together.
Love it.
But
I noticed it when you walked in too. So
it's good every day. But if you want a diamond tennis necklace or cool diamond earrings to go with your gown, she'll meet with you and you'll show her your dress, and it's a few $100s, $500, $600, depending on what you're getting, to rent the diamonds for your wedding, and you don't have to buy real diamonds or have fake diamonds.
That's so interesting.
So I think that's it's a really cool business, and and they do engagement rings and other fine jewelry as well. Yeah. But I just think it's a cool concept because, here you are with your, beautiful designer, Oscar de la Renta gown and your Louboutins or whatever shoes you're wearing, and then you want to have the nice jewelry to go with it.
Yeah.
So
interesting. I'm thinking, surprised nobody has done is there anywhere you can rent a wedding dress?
I think there probably is. I know that there's places where you can sell your wedding dress to after. Okay. So I'm assuming they might be able to resell it for less, or maybe you could rent your wedding dress, but I haven't experienced.
Seems like
the brides that we work with, I don't think are doing dress rental.
No, they're not.
So. No, but it would be cool because you only wear it once.
Yeah.
I
feel like there's a market for that. Someone who wants to do a business.
I know. I'll have to look into that one.
I was going to say, is for you, the day, the whole event planning process, is that that's where you see yourself in the future, or do you see yourself kind of in another capacity within the event planning industry, but doing something else? Or do you think it will always be?
Well, I do think it'll always have some kind of wedding planning aspect to what I do, just because I am passionate about it and I love doing it. And I'd love to be able to just do like very bespoke wedding weekends where we're doing a full wedding weekend from start to finish, which is what we mainly do. But like, I love the ones where there's multi-day events and there's a golf outing and a bridal luncheon and like all the little things in between. So I think like just a handful of those to stay relevant and stay current. And then I just love putting myself out there as an expert in the wedding industry. So I think that there's different avenues that I could kind of branch out and take my business, which I'm kind of exploring those opportunities now.
Oh, cool.
But we'll see where that takes me. But I'm definitely excited for what's to come because I do think there's a lot of great potential and again, hustling.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, you're ready for that hustle.
Yes.
How do you keep yourself creative? I feel like you're in a very creative space. And so how do you keep that creativity going? Or do you not even think about it?
I mean, I do think about it sometimes. I'm always thinking of ideas and I'm always, things pop into my head at random times or, I could be like going on a walk or just even in the shower. Like I think of different things. Because again, I'm always trying to grow and expand and stay relevant and all of that. But I just think that, like I said, I love fashion and looking at magazines and online and Instagram and things like that. So I do think that sometimes that sparks creativity. And I love just meeting with other peers and talking about their businesses and like just having brainstorming sessions with people or just even having lunch with a friend, and you never know what could come out of it. So
Yeah.
just always keeping an open mind.
Yeah, that connection too.
Yeah.
Brings things. I love that.
Yeah.
We have to talk about John Mayer.
The love of your life. The second love of your life. Sorry, hubby.
I said hubby or John Mayer, no. But we have a love of John Mayer. Well, I'm more John Mayer, you're more Dead & Co., but we meet in the middle on that. And you recently went to the Sphere, and I went to the Sphere too.
Yes.
When did I go? I went last summer and
I went last summer.
March. Yeah.
And I thought that it was cool seeing them there. I personally like outdoor venues better.
Okay.
So,
For the Dead specifically? Dead & Co. specifically?
well, I like that. Well, yeah, I think it just depends. Like I guess it just kind of all depends. I went to Taylor Swift. Did you go to Taylor Swift?
I did not.
I know.
I really wanted to go. I felt a little FOMO with seeing my friends that had girls.
Yeah.
And I have a boy. And, seeing my friends that had girls that were at the concert and the moms and the daughters were like dressed in the sequins and the pink and the purple and like the whole thing. I really did. I was like, and I asked my son if he would go with me. And he said, but I don't really like Taylor Swift, Mom. And he's kind of like, he's new to concerts. And I thought, well, maybe I could get him to go.
One of my very good friends who only has sons came with us. So it was cool that she got to experience that too. But like, again, I wasn't ever like a huge Taylor Swift, Swiftie or anything like that. My kids were obsessed. It was one of those experiences, and that was outdoors. That's what made me think of it, because I was thinking like I've gone to a lot of concerts like festivals or Dave Matthews or Dead & Co. And it's like all like I love the outdoor stuff or stuff at the amphitheater in West Palm. Like I love being out those outdoor venues. And then I was thinking about like I've gone to Beyonce and I've gone to Taylor Swift actually before Eras tour and then Eras, and it was outside also. And it was still a big performance. I was thinking they're more like performance driven, but it still was better, I think, outdoors. I don't know why. I mean, I've been to Madison Square Garden a lot of times for concerts and stuff too.
And I've never been there. That is on my list.
That is cool.
That I want to go there for a concert. I don't know who. I don't really care who, I guess. I just want to go for that venue.
Well, maybe John Mayer will do a tour.
Well, maybe he will.
Come on, John.
I think he always does.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can have a New York weekend. But yeah, I think that the Sphere is a cool concept. I do. And they do a nice job there, and I do think it was like, it's spacious and it's like, I thought it would be claustrophobic, but it's not at all.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's so big, I guess. Like,
And
so
the graphics
fast.
are cool. And yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
for that kind of show, it was neat. But now I think Backstreet Boys are going there, which I
Yeah.
think is a little weird.
I think because I just don't know. I feel like Den Company lends itself so much to all the visuals. Obviously, like it's
That's what
so
I think.
kind of trippy and cool and creative and colorful. Do the Backstreet Boys, does that really translate?
That's what I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I won't be going to that.
Yeah. I mean, I am I would do the boy band thing. I don't think I ever saw them in concert. I saw New Kids on the Block. That was my first concert.
I did too. Front row.
Front row. Oh my gosh. I was definitely not the front row, but I do remember like the tailgating and, just the whole concert experience. And now I do love a concert. I'm hoping to see Coldplay this summer.
Yes, I'm definitely seeing Coldplay.
You are? Where are you going to go?
That's outside here in Miami.
Oh, in Miami.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's at the Hard Rock. So it's, again, an outdoor venue.
Yeah. You like the outdoor. I like intimacy. I like to be close.
Well, okay. So when I saw you that's how I saw you at John Mayer. You were on the screen.
I was on the screen. I know. Front row.
In Fort Lauderdale. That's an indoor venue, and that was intimate, much more intimate. But it was like John Mayer solo, so I feel like that lent itself to that. But then there's not a lot of dancing space, and
correct.
I like to dance and that's like my happy place going to concerts. So I just want to have fun.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I like to be
Coldplay
up close.
you should go to. Have you ever been to Coldplay?
No, and I'm dying.
Yeah. You have to.
They're one of my favorites.
No, and it's like an experience. I want my kids to go to with me because I think that they would love it.
Yes.
It's super cool.
I took my son to his first concert. It was Imagine Dragons.
That's a good one.
And actually, it was fantastic. I won't say that I was a huge Imagine Dragons fan before we went, but when we got there, it was all 10 to 12-year-old boys. I mean, really, that was
cool.
That's kind of his, his fan base is a lot of, tweens, I guess I'll say. And my son, we were in the pit. My husband's like, is this okay? Is this okay? This seems like a little unhinged. And I was like, no, this is great. We're great. This is amazing. And my son had the best time, but they do confetti.
Yeah.
The guy throws the guitar pick. My son catches it. It's
awesome.
a whole vibe. It was very, very cool. So I would like to take him to Coldplay too, although he's not.
There's lots of confetti at Coldplay.
There's lots of confetti.
It's not even once. It's 5 times during the concert.
I kind of love that.
So good.
I'm into the confetti. I want it in my hair.
I have it
everywhere.
in my purse. Sometimes I'll go into a bag or a fanny pack or something. And I'm like, there's the confetti from Coldplay.
Fun.
We got stuck once, actually. We went, I don't know if it was my first Coldplay or second, but we were in D.C. We went up to D.C. and we went to RFK, I think it was called, Stadium, a football field with Coldplay. And we took an Uber there, and then it was such a buzzkill. My phone died. We couldn't find an Uber back, and it was just craziness. It was the first time we were kind of on the floor, and I had the confetti, and I kept all the confetti, and I had Chris Martin pictures on my phone, and it was so cool. And these two girls, this was hours long trying to figure out how we're going to get back into our hotel. These two girls were like, hey, want to come in they were normal, it wasn't we were going with hitchhikers or anything, but they were want to come in our Uber, we're going back into the town. So we're just yes, we need to get back. And I will give you guys confetti. I will text you the picture of Chris Martin's face. Thank you so much for getting us back.
I love that.
It was so funny. I was thank God I had the confetti.
Because that sold it to them.
Yep. Yeah.
I love that too. I feel when you were at a concert and you're all there because you love the person, that you really do connect. Do you find that? I always make a friend. I keep in touch with these people.
Same.
I'm
I make friends everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But I do at concerts, traveling and concert, I make a friend at every concert, and I'm friends with them still to this day.
Yes.
We met a couple in Chicago many years ago. I want to say we were going to Dave Matthews, and to this day, they've come to West Palm for concerts. We meet up with them. We've traveled to concerts that they were going to, and we stay in touch with them.
I love that.
To this day. And
I
other
love
people
that.
too, but it's just so cool because it connects. It's a common, it's music is always good to connect with people, even if it's not your person that you would like be going out with, like be friends with if they live near you or something like that. But it's like you have this commonality and like a love and passion for it. Like I said, that's my happy place.
Yeah, I love it. It's mine too. In fact, I met this sweet couple that was at Dead & Company last summer. And so I've seen them at the Sphere twice. So it was at the Sphere. I see them again at the Sphere again this year. Like, who could have picked that we would be there on the same night and we like bump into each other? And they had just started dating the year prior, and then they're there again, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, like so cool!" You know, like I can't believe it's you. I can't believe it's you.
I know. Well, what's cool too, especially with social media and being able to stay in touch with people, is like it's much easier to stay in touch with people or follow them on Instagram or Facebook or whatever you do to stay connected with them.
Yeah,
but
actually, we actually did not connect.
Yeah, and we just
through
saw
social
them
media, and we just saw them randomly again.
I do see a lot of the same people when I go to concerts too.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's like I don't know how that all happens, but you do.
It is. It's cool. I love it. It's definitely like a big part of my life, and something that I just have so much fun. It's like taking, this girlfriend or this girlfriend with me, or, it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm going to experience it with you. Like someone knows they're going to a John Mayer concert with me. They're going to have a good time. Mm-hmm. Like I'm going to be all about it. I'm going to be on cloud nine, like front row.
Yeah, front row. I'm going with you next time so I can be in the front row.
I know. I think I tried to get you to come with me one time.
I know. I don't think the weekends worked out or something. We went on different weekends. But yeah, next time, front row.
Yeah, front row. No other way to do it.
At those concerts, at the Dead & Company, I like to be kind of off to the side with like to be in the crowd with the
twirlers,
the spinners are called.
Yeah,
with
spinners.
the spin. I like to be with them.
Okay.
I don't know why. It just makes it part of the whole experience.
I kind of love someone that's like very buttoned up, but then yet you go to like a Dead show and everyone's in their tie dye. And it's like, whatever, you can't.
But
tell.
last time we went, I was like, it was all. I felt like it was all like middle-aged men, like that were probably like finance or real estate, like stockbroker, and then like they put on their tie-dye shirts and they're like all there with their guy crowd with their beers. And, I'm like, this is funny. And then over here, you got the real hardcore fans, that are spinning and I don't know what they're doing. I'm convinced that the band is paying them to be there.
Oh, really?
I don't know. That's just like my theory.
What a cool gig.
Yeah. Because it's like back in the day, if you look ever see Grateful Dead shows or history of Grateful Dead and like the followers and these people that like literally traveled all over the country just to be there and hear the music and stuff. And they're like, spinning and probably on acid or whatever drugs they want to be on. And then fast forward to today, I think they're just like normal people that, again, they probably like have day jobs and whatever, but maybe like you need to have them there as part of the whole like ambiance experience so it feels like authentic.
Yeah, that's true. If you lost that element of it, then what would happen? Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I liked, as much as I did like the Sphere and it's such an experience, I was at Fenway Park and I saw 2 shows there and it was outside. It was summertime and that was a very different vibe.
Yeah.
And very cool.
I like the outdoor.
Does your husband share your love of concerts, or is this something you do?
Yes, that's actually like our thing. That's like our. We both like their thing that we love to do together.
Okay.
So we'll travel all
over. You're a big Dave Matthews fan too.
Yeah. I'm kind of over Dave Matthews now. I know that sounds so weird for me to say.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. Like I'm not going to any this summer. I usually never miss. But I think we just love going. It's, again, like a fun release, like my husband has a intense job and I do too. And like our kids and we have teenage daughter. It's just like a fun thing. And we've traveled all over the country going to shows. Like sometimes we base vacations over around shows and concerts and stuff. We've gone everywhere and seen Coldplay or Dead & Company, Dave Matthews, whoever it is. So I just think it's like something that we just both enjoy doing together. And it's like fun now we're bringing our kids with us too.
Yeah.
And they love concerts. Well, I've started them when they were little, taking them to like Beyonce and Taylor Swift back in the day, stuff like that, just because I want them to love concerts as much as I do.
I know.
But I've been going to concerts since I was little. Like, so little. My dad used to take me in New York City to all different concerts. And like, I've just always grew up loving music and concerts. And I love like all types of music, not just one genre. Like I like everything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's special.
Yeah.
It is. And I did not go to a lot of concerts when I was younger, but my parents were big music fans. There was always like Saturday morning, like the music was blaring and we were like doing chores. And I mean, that's just what we did, you know, and the music was playing like all day long and the classic rock and all of that. And now I think I saw Stevie Nicks last year. Would love, she's coming local. She's incredible.
I saw her once. Was it last year or the year before at the amphitheater?
The year before she was here.
I saw her.
Now we saw her in New Orleans, so we traveled, you know, and I went with my mom and my best friend and her mom, and like it was such a great experience. But yeah, she's coming back local. I would highly recommend.
I know, I love her.
I could like
that. She's a legend.
She's a legend. She still like works with her vocal coach like every day. Like that dedication, I think like with you, like you're not like resting. She's not resting. She's continuing to grow and get better. And like, I'm very inspired by that. So.
Yeah. Well, I just think that you can always be better. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not saying I'm not good with how I am now, but I just think that there's always more. Like, I always want more. There's always something more you can do. Or even like, you know, when you go to the gym, like you start out with a certain level of weights, but then you could go higher or you try a different type of workout, or like you're always just trying to like get more out of it or challenge yourself more. Or like even with, you know, weddings, like I'm always trying to think like, how do I, you know, continue to do what I do without it seeming like a monotonous thing, because that's why I picked this career. So I'm not doing the same thing every day. And, or even like when I, you know, started with tennis, and it's like, I'm not ever going to be Serena Williams, but like, I try every day so hard to like get better and better and better. I just feel like there's always like, I just think if you're stagnant and you just think like, no, I'm good with how I have life, it could be boring.
How do you stay so motivated?
I'm just crazy. Like, I just don't ever, I'm just always like, go, go, go. Come on, let's go.
You think it's just like in you?
I think it's just in me. Like, I just can never just not. That's why I get so worried about like, it's not like I even do so much stuff with my kids now. They're so independent. Like, one drives and, you know, they're teenagers, they have their friends, or they're busy with school stuff or their activities or their social lives. And I keep thinking like, oh, they're not going to be here. What am I going to do? But it's just like, I don't even think it has to do with that. It's just like, I'm always like, what else are we doing? I don't sit still.
You don't?
I don't watch TV.
Yeah. Not
like
at
people
all.
are like, do you watch this show? Do not watch any television whatsoever, unless it's on in the background. I don't sit down or sit still. Like, it's hard for me to just like sit on the couch and do nothing. I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm just always going. Like, I literally would be like, okay, I need to go for a walk around the block, like, just because I can't just be sitting.
You are the Energizer
I don't know why, though. Like, I try to not be like that.
Do you, okay, so, but you have to relax in some way. What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, for relaxing, I like to, like when I go out to dinner, let's say like with friends or with my husband and another couple, let's say on a Saturday night or whatever, like to me, that's relaxing.
Yeah, you're chilling
like, even
out.
though I'm doing something, I'm just like, I want to, you know, just relax and have a nice dinner and talk and just hang out. Like, that to me is relaxing.
Yeah. Do you like to cook?
I do cook. I used to cook more. I'm not a gourmet chef whatsoever, and I make like the basics, but I do try to make homemade meals at least twice a week now, which isn't that many times. It used to be more, but 2 to 3 times a week. And even if I have an activity or something that I'm doing in the evening, like I try to always have like something made for my family, just because that's me. I just can't like
that
leave
is
them on their own.
That is really hard though. Like to be working and you know, it just like, I'm like, I should be meal prepping and doing.
I know. I
really backslid on that. I was good at it one time in my life, and really now I just am. It's a struggle for me.
When we were home, like for COVID time, I had so many recipes and healthy, like tons of health. I like to try to eat healthy, like healthy food recipes and even healthy Twix bars. Like, I was doing everything and making everything from scratch at home. Homemade eggplant parm, homemade this, like homemade breads. Like, I was just everything homemade. God. And then, of course, like then you get back into your day-to-day life and it's like impossible. And then, you know, again, being busy, I have lots of go-tos that are like the easy way. I'm saying like you shouldn't take the easy way out. But for dinners, like, you know, you got to do I'm not going to sit there and make a 20-step meal.
Nobody's
If I have a recipe to follow, I can usually do that pretty well. But it's very basic what I can cook at home for like during the week.
I know. I'm trying to figure out, like, I actually watched Meghan Markle's Netflix show. Did you watch that?
No.
I know people have
I don't watch TV.
That's right. But I feel
but what is it? I would be interested.
Well, it's her in her life.
I know people are controversial about her, but I like her.
People are very controversial about her.
I like them.
Yeah. I always I met Princess Diana when I was a child.
I mean, that is amazing. Like, I want to touch you because I love her so much.
I know. I was 5 years old, and I don't know if maybe I've told the story, but my teacher was a male kindergarten teacher. So I guess he was just like interesting because at that time I feel like there was not a lot of like male kindergarten teachers. And he had somehow arranged to present flowers and a book to Princess Diana when she and Prince Charles were flying into West Palm because he was going to go play at the polo fields in Wellington. And I went to elementary school out there. And so my teacher gave our class like a choice. He said, who would want to go to Disney World and who would want to meet a princess? And like majority of the class said Disney World. And there were a couple of us that said, raised our hand for a princess. And I think I would have typically probably raised my hand for Disney World, but I had just been there or something. And I was like, oh, well, I've already done that. I'm going to do this. And so there was 4 of us. We got chosen to present flowers and a book, and we got all dolled up. I had gloves, up my arm, and like it was, a whole thing. But so I met her. So I always did have this fascination with like the royal family, and my mom was really into it. And then I liked Prince Harry, and so then there's all this controversy, right, of like Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
I just like him because he's so rebellious.
I know. I think
it's cool.
I dig that too.
I think it's cool. Whatever. I just like him. I'm sorry.
I know. And I actually, when I see her on the show, like I kind of like her on the show, but it's all her. She's cooking and she's entertaining and dug it. I don't even know where I was going with that story.
Maybe about her recipes or something like that.
Oh yeah. So she did some kind of very simple things. And I was like, oh my God, I could integrate these into my life, and just keep it simple.
Yeah, I might.
Like something tasty. I don't know. She does like this frittata. I can't eat eggs, but I was like, oh, that looks really easy to make. I could bake that for somebody else, Yeah. But she does like these little flour sprinkles. She sells them on her website, but they're all sold out. I went and looked. I was like, I want the flour sprinkles. She puts them on everything. They're like little pieces of like dried flowers, like edible flowers, I guess. And she sprinkles them everywhere. And I'm like,
of course they're sold out.
Event. Like it was really, she threw a brunch, the very last episode, she throws a brunch and she like flower sprinkles on everything.
I need something like that.
I know.
Sparkles everywhere I go.
Yes.
No, but I do. I love all that. And it's what's really, really, really funny is, you go on Instagram and you scroll on Instagram and I like have folders. Like, how you can save something, like save a post or whatever. So I have like saved workouts and saved tennis tips and like saved like wedding inspo or whatever, and then like saved food, like all the food stuff comes up, or I'll send stuff like on Instagram to my kids. I'm like, we should make this. Have I made one thing?
No.
Or even looked in that folder?
No. You're busy though. You're busy though, Heather.
I have good intentions. I do have good intentions.
You do have good intentions. Okay, I'm going to throw something at you.
Okay.
The Cinnamon Effect Manifesto is the 5 C's, and it's incorporating all of these things into your life. So clarity, connection, creativity, confidence, and calm. So I want to know, how do you bring clarity to your life? It's going to be like rapid fire, and just, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be a long.
My life, writing things down.
Writing things down. How do you connect, either with yourself or with others? Or what's your favorite way to connect?
Using my phone.
Digital connection. Yeah. Confidence. How do you build confidence for yourself?
I don't know. Lots of not manifesting. What is it called? You have like quotes, like
inspirational quotes? Okay. Mm-hmm. I like that. creativity. I kind of already asked you this, but like, what keeps you creative, or what do you do in your life that's creative, maybe outside of work?
What do I do? I like art projects. I don't really have time to do them, but I do like to be creative and artsy.
Yeah, like painting, or
I don't even know. Yeah,
just
I guess.
art, DIY kind of like stuff.
Yeah, crafty.
And then calm.
Going in the ocean.
Okay.
Like I love to just be in the ocean.
Oh my God, me too. And the ocean right now is like a bathtub.
It is.
And it's beautiful, like beautiful green color, blue green.
We live in the best place. We live where people vacation.
That's right. What do you want to leave our audience with, Posh Party Gal?
I would just say try to live your best life each day.
I love it. Stay positive.
Yeah. Stay positive. Good vibes.
Heather Lowenthal, back for the second time.
Thank
if you
you
guys
so
want to
much.
hear all her event tips and everything, you have to go back and listen to that episode, because we really dove into event planning. This was more like you and life and like different phases, and I loved it.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. I always love seeing you, and I'm so appreciative that you had me on.
I love it. Tell people how they can find you.
Best place to find me is on Instagram, and it's at Posh Party Gal.
Love it. And I get a lot of inspiration for that. I'm not planning a wedding, but like I just love like the visuals, and you give a lot of great
there's a lot of
that.
lifestyle stuff too. It's not just weddings, but
totally. And like what to wear to like you always do like that wedding guest
Posh
thing.
pics. Yeah,
Posh
that's
pics.
my favorite.
I love it.
thing.
I love it. So fun. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning into this episode of The Cinnamon Effect. If you enjoyed our time together, don't forget to hit that follow button on your podcast app and sprinkle a little love by leaving us a 5-star rating and a quick review. Your support means the world to me. For even more goodness, check out the show notes where you'll find links to some of my favorite products. And don't forget to visit thecinnamoneffect.com to connect with me directly or to grab your TCE Gratitude Journal, your next step towards a more grateful life. I can't wait to spice things up with you again next time. Stay vibrant, stay inspired, and remember to add a little cinnamon to your life every day.